Today we're going to be harvesting and drying our basil, and so I'm going to show you how I like to cut it and then how I like to then use my air fryer to actually dry my basil. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Melissa Diane, and you may see the pups running back and forth during our video because they love to be out here. Ace and Heidi do when I'm filming. But I'm going to show you how to trim and cut up your basil when you're harvesting it so that you get plenty to use in your air fryer, but you don't actually hurt the plant, and it will actually make the plant produce more. Now this basil plant here, this is a really nice size basil plant that you can see, and this is just your, what I call your regular basil. This over here is something different, and I forgot what this is, so I'm gonna have to try to figure that out. And if I can, let me see if I have a little name thing down there. I don't. If I can figure out the name of that one, I will put that in the video. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you where you know where to cut this. So let me try to get in here, and you'll notice the stalk. Hang on here a second. You'll notice the stalk on these basil plants. Like here's one. How do I show you this? There's these little bitty tiny leaves right here, these small leaves, and you want to cut right above where these leaves are. Right here, if you see where my finger's pointing, there's some small leaves. And all along the stalk of this basil plant, you'll see these little baby leaves coming out. And you want to always cut it right above where some of these baby leaves are branching out, because then after you cut it, the rest of this bush is just really gonna blossom, and it's just gonna really get a lot thicker. So let me show you. So far, right here, I have this much right here I've already cut, okay? And you can see where I cut it from, right here, there are some of those little baby leaves. So we're leaving the plant where it's got those little baby leaves, and now it's just gonna start bushing out. Okay, so I decided to move the air fryer from the house out here to the outdoor kitchen, so it'd be a little bit less messy. And I have taken all of my basil and I put them here in the sink, and I have just been washing them up like crazy. And yes, hi Heidi. And then after I've washed them, I'm going to take this and just pat them dry. I do want them to be pretty dry, so I'm going to get all these dried up real quick. Now what I'm going to do before I completely dry these is I'm going to go ahead and pick off my leaves. And I'm just going through here like this. And if my voice sounds a little louder, I'll just have to be transparent. My microphone charge ended, and I decided, you know what, I don't want to wait. I want to go ahead and get this video done for everybody. So we're going ahead and we're going to video it. So we are just going to take all of these little leaves off, and I'm going to get all the leaves off of this plant, and then I'm going to pat them dry some more. So this takes a few minutes to do this, but oh, it's so worth it, y'all, when you're able to put them in that air fryer and you're able to dehydrate these, and then you're able to have herbs well past the growing season. You can just have these all winter long, and they just taste fantastic when you cook with them. And I'll show you a couple of secrets after we actually put them in the air fryer and everything. I'll show you some secrets about how to store them after you've done that to make them last even longer. Now what I'm going to do is I've taken these and I've patted them all dry, or a lot drier than they were. We still have a lot left in the sink, but I'm going to show you how you take these, and let me grab a rack from over here, and how you're going to place these. So what you're going to do, let me move this over, you're just going to take your little racks, and you may have racks, or you may have one of those little, your air fryer may have a pan that goes in and out. And so you can still put these in those. If you have one that has racks like this, I think that makes it a little easier for your, when you're doing things like this. And you can find those on Amazon, of course, like everything else, but I will put a few links. I'll put a link for the one that I like to use. And that's the only air fryer I've ever had, is this one that has these trays or these little racks. I've been wanting to get one of the other ones, because there are a few things that you can cook in those better than on the trays. But this just works out fantastic. You know, if you have a dehydrator, of course you can use that, but if you've got this kind of an air fryer, Oh, y'all, it's just amazing how well these turn out. So I'm going to stick these all in here like this. We got enough. I can't believe this. This is actually enough for one tray. I've got 5 trays that we're going to be filling up. So let me wash the rest of these and pick off the leaves and dry them and get them on some trays, and I'll be back. So here we are, and now we have got, let's say we got 4 trays all full, and we are going to take these and put them in the air fryer. You can tell, look at this, you can tell it's got nighttime out here. We've been working and the sun has gone down. Okay, so here we go. I'll put these in. And we are going to put these on 4 hours. Let me see, there we go. Okay, and here we go. Oh, that one's crooked, let me fix it. One thing you will notice here in your air fryer, if you're using them with a tray, sometimes you'll see the leaves blowing around, and that's fine. Just let them do that. They'll be just fine. And so I will see y'all in about 4 hours. So I came out here this morning, y'all. You can see it's really foggy out here this morning. I came out here this morning because it was, when I turned this air fryer on last night, it was late. And I'd had this on 90. On dehydrate for 4 hours, and it just has not done near what it's done before. So I could not remember for sure the temperature, so I have now put this on up to 120. I don't know if you can see that, up to 120, and I've got it going for 2 more hours. So we'll come back and check this in 2 hours and see how we're doing. Okay, so let's check here now. You guys can hear the pups growling in the background. So look at this, y'all. I've taken these out, and this is what your basil should look like. It should look very dried, which it does. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take it into the kitchen. I'm going to show you how you're going to crumble this and the best kind of container to put it in so that you can preserve it. Okay, so look, the kids want to say hi. There's Ace on the left, and there's Heidi. They've been helping me, so let's head into the house, kids. Come on. I went ahead and I brought the air fryer inside, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how everything looks now. So here we go. So here is a tray, and if you remember earlier when we had these trays how full they were, well after they have been in your air fryer on dehydrate mode for a good 6 hours, they're now going to look like this. And y'all, you can probably see this. They're tiny, tiny, but that's what you want. They're going to shrink up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to crumble them. Now you need to have something obviously to put this in. This is what I suggest. When I started doing this, probably now about 3 years ago, and when I was doing some research on it, they were saying you need to take this and put it in, when you've crumbled it up, you need to put them in some containers and put them somewhere where it's dark, or if you're not able to do that, you can put them in a dark container. So I kind of do both. I like to take these are glass containers, and they are dark and they do resist sunlight. And I'll put the link on Amazon for these. They're wonderful. And I'll put all of my dried herbs in here. Like I said, they are glass, and then I still will put them in my spice drawer so they're still away from sunlight, but just in case I do want to put them out somewhere, they're still protected. So what I'm going to do is I have our jar ready here. Now when you crumble this, you can crumble it on a cookie sheet, or you can crumble it like in a little bowl or something. I kind of like just crumbling them on a piece of paper because I find that it's easier for me to fold it up and get it into the jar. You can also use like a funnel if you want to. I'm probably today going to put a funnel on top of here, and then it's easy just to pour it in here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these. You can hear they're kind of crunchy. Okay, you're just going to take them in your hand like this, and then you're just going to crunch them up. Okay, you're just going to crunch them up, and it's not going to be a super fine powder or anything. You could if you wanted to, but I like to just to get mine where they're small pieces, just like they would be. You might want to break up a little bit of it, just like it's going to be like if you were to get fresh basil and chop it up into small pieces. Now, when you do this, you will see some of these little bitty
the little backbone, I guess, of the leaf, the little sticky part. Okay, that long little thin part. So that little part I will chunk. I'll just kind of toss those over in a bowl or something. But then the rest of this, it's all ready to go into your jar. Here's another little piece. You can't see it, but it's another little piece of that little skinny part, the stem that goes through there. So you just get some more of these like this, and you're just going to crumble and crumble. And there you go. You've got your little pieces and the little pieces that are left are the ones that are going to be stuck there on the stem. Just get those off. And you'll just go through here and crumble and put them in this little jar. So I'm going to do that for a few minutes, and then I'll be right back. So now you can see everything that I got crumbled up, and I got quite a bit out of this time. So it's all crumbled. Now all I'm doing is taking it and just, let me put my little jar up here, and we're just going to put it all in here and fill up this jar. And let me see, I don't think, for this one I actually don't need the funnel. So I'm going to go ahead and just set it aside. Let's see, I may need a little bit of it at the end. Let's see. And this is going to do really well. It's almost, y'all, it's almost going to fill up this jar. And this will last a good long time. This is also great to do if you have an herb garden and you get a lot of basil. These are great to do to fix up for gifts. Fun little gifts, like people come over for the holidays and different things, or if you go to someone else's house for a party. It's just a nice fun thing that you can take if you know that they like to cook with fresh herbs. And okay, so there we go. All right, so this jar, y'all, is just about full. Okay, there we go. And now I've just put basil across it and stick it in with my spice drawer, and I'm all done. So now be sure and check out that next video that's popping up, and I will see you over there in a few minutes. Bye-bye.